During the last 10 years, the area was multiplied by 1.5, and the average production was multiplied by 2.3. The exportation of virgin olive oil by 1.8, and employment was also multiplied by 2. Concerning the new strategy, Generation Green, Morocco aims to increase the olive area to 1.2 million hectares, actually to 1.4 million hectares in 2030, and to increase olive production and oil exportation from 1.6 million tons and 16 kilotons to 3 million tons and 100 kilotons respectively. In this part, I will talk a little bit about my organization, INRA. So INRA is a century-old public organization mandated to undertake research for agricultural development in Morocco, greatly contributed to modernization of agricultural sector and agro-system, improvement of competitiveness of the country's agriculture, is an active partner of both international and national regional organizations such as the International Olive Council, ICARDA, and others. INRA is a member of several regional networks and maintains bilateral cooperation with several countries. INRA has an extensive capacity for field experiments. We have 10 regional agricultural research centers, 23 experimental stations, 30 research units in charge of planning and implementing research activities, and 10 services of research for development to serve as interface between research and development. Also, we are a partner and participate in a lot of international projects funded by the European Union. I will present some of this project. Free climb, fruit crops resilience to climate change in the Mediterranean basin. It aims at advancing knowledge on mechanisms of plants' environmental adaptation and abiotic stress resilience, at also improving the availability of breeding and germplasm material adapted to limited external resources and future climatic scenarios predicted for the Mediterranean area through the characterization and exploitation of local biodiversity. The project True Healthy Olive Cultivars 2, the agreement was signed between the International Olive Council and the University of Cordoba. The Olive Germplasm Bank of Tessaut in Marrakesh here participates with the Olive Germplasm Bank of the IOC network to ensure the success of this project. This project aims to establish a global network for the conservation of the olive gene research that are authentic and sanitized, and for the use of these olive gene resources in different environments and climates. It also aims to form a base instrument for certifying the main varieties used in international trade. The Gene for Olive project. It's coordinated by INRA Marrakesh, by me. In Morocco, we are partnered with 60 partners, international partners from Europe, and we will work to accelerate the mobilization of olive gene research and foster pre-breeding activities to developing a smart and user-friendly interface that will implement artificial intelligence utilities to leverage the olive gene resources and enhancing breeding breeders and growers' participation through the implementation of 2 open calls for supporting pre-breeding activities and breeding plans. We will characterize more than 500 worldwide varieties and 1,000 wild and ancient genotypes around 5 topics: climate change, pests and diseases, production and olive oil quality, and modern planting systems. After integrating all the results in the Gen for Olive interface, breeders and other end users will have an effective tool for spreading up all kinds of breeding programs. We are also partner in this in the project Effect Africa. I'm the coordinator in Morocco of this project. It's about renewable energies for Africa, effective valorization of agri-food waste. We will try to valorize of biomass waste from agriculture and the food industry through biomass gasification. The project will adapt and optimize these technologies to a wide variety of biomass wastes. For the case of Morocco, we will work on the olive meal residues. We will install here in Marrakesh a full-scale demonstrator, and the project will tackle the development of renewable energy sources, providing solution for an agri-food home and of agri communities and their integration into the existing energy system. The project also will work on obtaining biochar from the gasifier and will be improved to provide a valuable fertilizer to local farms. The experimentation will be carried out here in the farms of the INRA Marrakesh. In this part, I will talk about the main achievements of agronomic research of INRA on the olive sector. We will talk about the improvement and conservation of genetic resources, rationalization of irrigation and fertilization, integrated pest management, promotion and quality of olive tree products, and the value chain. For the improvement and conservation of genetic research, we have five new varieties already protected and registered, named Delia, Tassaut, Baraka, Meshkat, Agdal, that have been produced from crossbreeding and have superior qualities to those their parents. These varieties are disseminated through 8 nurseries in Morocco. And we're also working on pre-selection of new high-performance varieties adapted to climate change, characterized by mild winters and dry summers. INRA also preserved the genetic resources and hold the germplasm bank, which is part of the international network managed by the IOC, with 591 accessions with core collection of 100 genotypes. INRA also works on deficit irrigation for the conservation of water resources. According to work carried out, we have managed to, for the young plantation, to saving of 30% of irrigation water, a rapid entry into production and a gain in olive yield compared to 100% ETC and gravity, a 160% gain in olive oil yield compared to gravity. For the adult plantation, conservation of gravity irrigation to localized irrigation, 30% water saving and 50% compared to gravity without negative effect of water stress on the tree. We have noted a clear increase in the cumulative olive yield over 4 consecutive years of 40% compared to gravity irrigation. We have improved the organoleptic quality of olive oil without disturbing its chemical composition, and mastery of the conversion technique. Concerning the fertilization, we introduced the leaf analysis method, and we have achieved to a clear improvement in olive yield by 30% compared to the export method, an improvement of the average weight of 100 fruits by 10% compared to the conventional method, again an olive content of 60% compared to the export method, and fertilizer saving estimated at 15%. Regarding the integrated pest management, on 5 new varieties that we talked about earlier, they show a level of peacock's eye attack below the economic threshold of harm, about 50%, an effectiveness of practice of pruning in the reduction of 60% of the populations of the black mealybugs and olive psylla, effectiveness of the practice of pruning in the reduction of 60% of the populations of the black mealybug and olive psylla. 9 new bacterial strains antagonistic to Verticillium dahlia have been selected and characterized. Evidence of the beneficial effect of mass trapping in the fight against the olive fly. And we do the first synthesis of Okenorhynchus insects encountered in the Marrakesh region that can be a vector of Xylella fastidiosa. In this part, we will talk about the promotion and quality of olive products. We have the main achievement of this part is the combination of 2 types of crushers in a continuous 2-phase crushing chain improves the quality of the oil by preserving the phenolic fraction throughout the manufacturing process. The National Olive Oil Register that includes the characterization of the chemical composition of olive oils from the southern zone has made it possible to identify sites with compositional anomalies out of standard values. Assessment of the impacts of the environment on varietal markers, particularly at the level of the main compounds of purity. Classification of the performance of local varieties compared to the main varieties of the world and Mediterranean olive tree collections. Also, the contribution in the process of revision of the olive oil standard at IOC and Codex level. We also elaborate the first PDO of olive oil in Morocco, named Tuyot Chadma. Practical model in the process of setting up several stocks in Morocco. Elaboration of the second PDO of olive oil in Morocco, Ahmed Aylan, in 2014. And also elaboration of the interest groupment, olive oil amusement in 2018. The main achievement in this point of the value chain is the analysis of the strategy of valorization of olive oil in Morocco, the case of the PDO Tuyot Chadma, distribution of the added value between the different actors of the olive oil sector, analysis of the production cost of olive oil in the Marrakesh region. So the cost price of a liter of oil is 26 dirhams. It's about 2.6 euro in an intensive system irrigated by drip and 32 dirhams, is about 3.2 euro in a traditional gravity irrigated system. Analysis of the activity of economic interest groupments aggregating olive growers in the region of Marrakesh. The level of Al-Alfiya olive oil production remains low. Late payments does not encourage small olive growers to join this economic interest groups. And also the analysis of the preference criteria of olive oil consumers. INRA Marrakesh hosts the regional olive oil testing panel composed by professionals, researchers, ministry representatives, and experts. And my presentation is coming to an end. Thank you very much for your attention.